Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be doing some Premier League predictions for the 2019 to 2020 season. I'll be going through a whole table. I won't be doing things like top scorer because no one really gives a shit about them anyway. You never know with top scorer, do you? So let's start off with the bottom three teams. I thought Sheffield United, Brighton and Newcastle. Sheffield United, well, they haven't really got any players of a Premier League quality, so Ravel Morrison is a good signing, but you never know with him. He probably won't play that much, to be honest. Brighton, they haven't really made that many signings. They've made a signing, a left winger who I've forgotten already that he's that irrelevant. But apparently he might be a nice, good prospect signing. 18th, I think Newcastle, purely down to the manager choice. Do we really think Steve Bruce is going to guide this Newcastle team to glory? They've just ditched a world-class manager. Rondon's left, Perez has left. They're not really. That was where most of the goals were from, and now they've signed Joe Linton and Saint Maxime. But we never know with foreign players and players from other leagues whether they're actually going to cut it in the Premier League, because the Premier League is a very hard league to cut it in. 17th, I put Burnley, and the reason I put Burnley is just because I don't think they're very inconsistent at Burnley, and I just feel like that inconsistency could carry on into this season. I think Burnley will get a few good results, but they won't get enough good results. However, they are pretty good, and I think they'll stay up. 16th, I put Southampton. They'll improve this season because it'll be the first full season under this new manager, Ralph Hasenhüttl. I don't really know how to say that, but he's a pretty good manager. They were playing some nice football last season. Hopefully they can carry it on until this season. So that's why I think they'll finish 16th, which is pretty good for Southampton, to be honest. Norwich, I think, will be 15th, because I don't know if they'll be able to play this style of football that apparently they've been playing in the Championship. As this is the Premier League, this is a different class of football, so we don't really know. But I hope they do well. They have good players such as Teemu Pukki. He's like a 30-goal a season striker. I think he got 29 goals in the Championship last season. Finished top scorer in that league. Will he cut it in the Premier League? I reckon he will. That's why I think they'll finish 15th. 14th, I put Aston Villa. Now, if they hadn't made these loads of signings they've made, like Tyrone Mings, Wesley, players like that, and they've also got class players originally, that midfield trio is pretty good. However, if they hadn't made those signings, I think I would have put them in the relegation, because they haven't. The manager's pretty good. However, will he cut it in the Premier League? We don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. But they've made a butt ton of signings, and yeah, I think that's how they'll finish 14th. 13th goes to Bournemouth. They've kept hold of three main players, David Brooks, Callum Wilson and Ryan Fraser. They've kept hold of them, and to be honest, they've got a pretty nice little side. I think they'll finish 13th. I think Eddie Howe's a great manager. He'll get them there. So yeah, I think Bournemouth 13th. 12th, I put Crystal Palace. Now this really depends on if Wilfried Zaha leaves in January. I don't know. He might leave in January. I don't think so, because the teams that were interested in Wilfried Zaha, apart from Chelsea, but they've got a transfer ban. So the teams were interested in Wilfried Zaha. Well, the problem with them is that they've all signed these new forwards. So because they've signed these new forwards, they won't need to buy Wilfried Zaha, which is good for Crystal Palace. However, Zaha, well, we don't know. He could sort of disappear for Palace a bit, as in, he doesn't really want to be at Palace. He wants to be at bigger clubs. So I don't know how he'll perform. I reckon they've lost a bit in Batshuayi as well. I'm not sure. I reckon 12th is a bog standard finish for them. 11th is Watford. Watford have made a few good signings. Ismaila Sarr, is that how you say it? He's a pretty good signing. Good winger. They've got a nice little formation going as well. They've got a nice little team. I think Javi Gracia will lead them to an 11th place finish. Into the top 10, I think Wolves at 10th, because Wolves, well, they could get tired a bit by the Europa League. They'll probably go deep into that competition, seeing as they played pretty damn well against the top 6 clubs. So yeah, I think they'll go deep into that competition, which means that the team selection will have to be a bit more rotated, otherwise all these players will be getting tired. So I don't know what they'll do, but if that happens, they'll finish 10th, because they haven't got the greatest of squad depth. 9th, I think West Ham, because West Ham, they've made a few good signings. Sebastian Haller, he was pretty good at Frankfurt last season. I think he scored 15 goals last season and got a butt ton of assists. So, he is a very good striker. They've got a few other good players. Pablo Fornals, young, exciting Spanish player. Plays in the central midfield. I think it's exciting this season for West Ham. That's why I think they'll finish in 9th. 8th, Leicester. Brendan Rodgers really got a nice style of football. They were getting good results. However, the loss of Harry Maguire is pretty big, and I don't know if they'll be able to cope with that. However, they have made a few good signings. This attacking midfielder from Sampdoria, he looks promising. Yuri Tielemans, obviously, a few others here and there. I think Leicester will finish 8th. 7th, I put Everton. I think they'll return to that 7th position that they used to have for quite a while. They've made a few signings. Iwobi, Moise Kean, Andre Gomes on a permanent, Sidibe. All these signings will all add up, and they'll improve Everton's squad. They'll make them able to compete for the Europa League. So yeah, it's looking exciting, Everton fans. Keep up. Chelsea, I think, will finish 6th. I don't really care where we finish, as long as we don't get relegated. I think it'll be an alright. I don't really care, to be honest, because we've lost Hazard, David Luiz, Morata. Okay, Morata, no one gives a shit, but Hazard, really, that's where all our goals came from, and thinking he's gonna be lost. Well, how are we going to get goals? Also, with this transfer ban, we can't sign new players, we can't get a new defender, we can't get anyone to really fully replace Eden Hazard. We've got Pulisic. Hopefully he does do well this season. I'd like to think he did. Freaking £60 million, quite a lot. What's another thing I was going to say? Frank Lampard, bit inexperienced. I mean, he looks alright, but he's a bit inexperienced. He's only managed one season before, and that was in the Championship. So we really don't know on that front. Fifth, I put Arsenal. Now, Arsenal have sort of solved their defensive issues, signing David Luiz, bastard he is. Left back, I think Tierney is a good signing. They've really improved up front with Pepe getting signed. Ceballos is a good addition as well. Overall, I think Arsenal have had a good transfer window, but I don't think they're quite there to get Champions League. Fourth, I think, will be Manchester United. They've made more defensive signings because that defence was utter shite. So yeah, they made those signings, and hopefully, well, you really don't know with Man U. They might come fourth, they might come seventh. You never know, because really at the end of last season it was bloody disappointing. They're really they're losing to Cardiff at home. So there really needed to be something done. So yeah, that's why I think they'll finish fourth. Tottenham, I think, will finish third. Normally, I would expect Tottenham to finish third just because, last season they got to the Champions League final. They were just beaten by Liverpool. They made a good signing in Ndombele. Lo Celso's a good midfielder. Sessegnon could be a good player. So yeah, I think it's looking bright for Spurs. Second, I put Liverpool. That means first is Man City. Second, I think Liverpool. They haven't really made the signings to bolster up their squads. The biggest signing they made was Adrian from West Ham, as if he's going to really play that much. It's only if Alisson gets an injury. However, just because Liverpool, they're the closest to Man City, I mean, it's probably going to be those two for, 5 years maybe, unless someone really wants to step up. But yeah, I can only see those two being the top two sides. Man City, obviously they're going to be first. They play an attractive style of football. They made a couple of good signings. Rodri looks okay. João Cancelo, well, he's a good signing, obviously. But yeah, Man City, they're just so overpowered. No one can stop them at the moment, and we need someone to stop them. So yeah, get your grip on, Tottenham or Liverpool. We want another title winner. That will do it for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll be doing another video this weekend. So yeah, thumbs up, and let me know what your predictions are in the comments. Anyway, that's it. Bye.